Yo, it's the Daily Huddle, yeah, you know the name. Three stooges in the booth, bringing ruckus, bringing fame. Every weekday at noon, you know we bring that fire. Rob, Bill, and Ken in the squad, that's our empire. Yo, Rob's the fact checker, keeping it real. Dropping knowledge on the daily, that's the deal. Bill's ready to roast, got the rival in his sight. When he steps to the mic, you know he's ready to ignite. Ken spitting facts, man, he's sharp as a knife. Throwing hard truth bombs, this is real podcast life. John Dorn in the mix, he's like, fuck the Lions. Bringing all the heat, likes to see the anger rising. Daily Huddle, we hustle, bring the vibe every time. Rants and facts, laughter, everything in its prime. Live every weekday, man, we're here to grind. Noon Central Standard, come and free your mind. Eric brings the rants, off the chain like a beast, letting loose his thoughts, they just never cease. In the studio we gather like a family affair. Podcast kings, yeah, we rise and declare. Roasting rival fools, we setting the tone. The Three Stooges take your fears and turn them to stone. Facts over fiction, we keep it 100. Tearing down the myths while the laughs keep coming. Daily Huddle, we hustle, bring the vibe every time. Rants and facts, laughter, everything in its prime. Live every weekday, man, we're here to grind. Noon Central Standard, come and free your
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Daily Huddle.
Hi.
We have a small panel today, but more is going to come. That's usually how it goes. What's up, Nick? How's it going, bud?
Good. I got a starting. If you guys haven't talked about it already, did you see that Caleb Williams wanted to get traded to the Vikings?
Yeah, bro. We briefly talked. Well, we've talked about it on several other shows, but yeah, we can talk about that because I talked about it in great length last year about how this guy wasn't signing, how he was, it was a problem, What's up, Nick?
I feel like Caleb could have been a Shedeur Sanders situation if the Bears didn't reach on him.
Right. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Fucking self-entitled prick, bro. Like, you haven't taken the snap yet, and you already feel like you should be able to dictate everything that happens.
Yeah, no, yeah. 100%. He wanted, remember the talk was he wanted a part ownership. He wanted, and now it comes to, and I had other Bear fans tell me, no, that's all a bunch of crap. That's all lies. It's all smoke. And like, yeah, I mean, maybe there was more to it than that. He was literally trying to avoid the draft by just dropping out and go join the UFL for a couple of years.
I believe the shit is true, to be honest. Like,
honestly, I believe it too.
Yeah, he just strikes me as that kind of person.
Yeah, totally.
Now, for everybody that's going to want to, and I'm not saying, everybody on the show, but everybody that ever says something like, well, Aaron Rodgers was a diva who was yeah, he was. So, we can admit it. Why can't you?
Right. We have to eat that. We got to eat that shit. You should be able to, man.
Yeah.
Wait, what did I just, what's going on, fellas? What did I just walk in here and Caleb Williams came out and said he wanted to be a Viking?
Yeah, bro. Last year he was gonna because he didn't want to be drafted by the Bears. The article said that he wanted to play for the Vikings. So what he was going to do was avoid the draft, go join the UFL, and then wait till 2025 and just enter the NFL undrafted, just be picked up by a team. That's what his plan was.
What's the matter with him for even letting that get out?
There was another article where he was going to try to strong arm whatever team was going to draft him to trading him to the Vikings for a haul.
Yeah. That was the other thing too. Yeah. No, bro, he was trying to get out of.
Even let that get out, bro. I don't get that.
Because he took all that NIL money, he had no choice. That's why he took that money. He had a team of lawyers who was trying to get him out of all of it. He couldn't get out of any of it.
So if you think this is a stretch, then fine. I'm okay with that. But the way that I'm starting to kind of view it, I think Caleb wants no matter what limelight he can possibly get on him. I think he wants it on him.
Yes. Bro, that's why he paints his nails. He wants to draw attention to himself. I mean, how else do you describe why someone would do that? I don't even get it.
Yeah, what, you're trying to make Bears fans resent you, bro? Good job.
Yeah, I think that's what he was trying to do, bro. Honestly, I believe that. He was trying to alienate himself, so maybe the organization don't want him. If the fans don't want me, the organization don't want me, I don't got to go play there.
Wow, that's insane.
I mean, bro, he didn't do anything on his pro day, right? He didn't go out. He didn't ball out. He didn't show anybody anything. He didn't do nothing.
And so that's why I was saying, I really think that Caleb Williams could have ran into a Shador Sanders situation if the Bears
Yeah,
didn't, like,
it could have.
on him.
Yes, it very well could have. And I think that's what caused all this. There might be some relevance to that, Nick. I mean, look, last year it happened with Caleb, but it still went off. But kind of like he held out, he did all this. Now Shador comes along, but I don't know if Shador is even close to the athlete that Caleb is. I don't know. Maybe they're the same. Maybe they're not.
I don't think Shador necessarily did anything wrong. His dad is just Deion Sanders. That's the big problem for everybody.
You don't think playing a video game at one of his interviews is a bad thing?
Well, yeah. Okay, let me rephrase that. I don't think he did anything as wrong. I don't think he did anything as bad as Caleb, though. Now, did he fuck off his interviews and that looked like bullshit? Yeah, he did that. That was weak. That was dumb. That was stupid.
That was stupid.
But I think that what Caleb did was severely worse. Like, that just immediately throws up red flags for me, like immediate ones.
Right. No, and bro, he held out as long as he could. That's because he had his lawyers working on trying to get out of it.
Yep.
I mean, damn. I don't know, bro. I would not want a guy that's going to cause my organization that many problems. I mean, I understand it's a raw deal where you're the top draft rookie prospect, and you're probably going to go to a shitty team because they get first dibs at you.
Yeah, do they not understand how the draft works?
I mean, that's just how it is. That's how it's been for 100 years. I don't know how long it's been going.
Yeah.
Long
so
ass
wait,
time going on.
I'm a top prospect and I have to go to a bad team. Well, what if I don't want to?
I know.
Sorry, bud.
I mean, I think it's cool that those guys can get paid now before they come in. I mean, some of that's cool, but if it's going to cause problems like this, I mean, Shador Sanders made $21 million. According to Broski, he had $21 million he made in college before coming to the pros. He was already a millionaire, bro. Do you think he cares if he got drafted in the 5th round or the 1st round?
Yeah, I'm trying, and that's the exact reason why I'm trying to explain to Panther fans who are like, "Oh, if Bryce Young doesn't do well, we can draft Arch." I'm like, you guys realize Arch is going to go back to college and get more money there than he would getting drafted.
Yeah. They're making more money coming out of college. They've already made more than their first NFL contract's going to be.
Basketball too. That guy
Crazy.
Devonta, he's making $3 million to go to BYU as a freshman. As a fucking freshman.
Yeah, see? $3 million, bro. $3 million bucks. He's just out of college. Out of high school. He's like 19. I
kind of do like it though, because the NIL deals are doing what they said that they should do, and that's keeping players like minds to go back to college. It's actually starting to work.
I get that, but bro, it gives them a bad attitude coming out as far as going into the pros. I mean, I guess
agree.
they got to just deal with that, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's crazy, right? And look, he don't even want. He let him go to this. He don't want Caleb.
Daniel's like, I didn't even want his ass.
You didn't even want him, bro.
I've never seen. Okay, actually, that's not true, because when we got Jordan Love, I mean, half of our fan base was like, I don't want this guy. But
well, see, that's the deal he tried to work. See, like he's bringing it up. Remember, Eli was a Charger. He originally got drafted by the Chargers, and the Giants, and then made a trade.
Yeah,
It's
and
the
then
circle of life with the
fans-
Packers.
Huh?
It's the circle of life with the Packers. In about 10 years, they're going to draft another quarterback and sit him behind Jordan Love for like 2-3 years. And then that kid's going to be nice, and then so on and so forth.
Yeah, but you know what? We'll draft a kid in the later part of the first round again, and Packers fans fucking annoy me, dude. They'll be like, "Oh, I don't want that guy. He's gonna suck." It's like, well, dude, you know how like the 76ers fans were supposed to trust the process, and they got gypped completely out of that. Yeah. With Green Bay, we've actually proven, like, why don't you just trust the process real quick and see how it goes?
Yeah.
I mean, and somebody in Green Bay knows quarterbacks, because Mark Brunell came out of Green Bay. What's his name? Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner was in Green Bay. Yeah.
He won a Super Bowl. I mean, come on, man.
No.
We spot talent, bro. We know talent.
I'm glad. Look, as good as Kurt Warner was, I'm glad that we didn't keep him.
Oh, no.
That would have turned into a really sticky situation with, Favre, maybe.
Yeah, he would. No, what's crazy with that is we never would have gotten Kurt Warner, because, right, if he stayed in Green Bay, he never would have played.
That's
he
what
just
I'm
would have
saying.
been a backup.
Not only that, if Kurt Warner got in the game because Brett Favre, like, because we won too many games, right? And it's like, hey, let's sit Brett Favre, or God forbid he ever got hurt. Then we would have seen Kurt Warner and been like, you know what? Maybe we have to have a tough conversation right now.
Yeah, that would have been a tough one too.
Bro, that's a Hall of Fame.
I don't know. Did Elway do that? Did Elway get traded at the draft?
Yeah, he forced his way out. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I mean, I don't know. I know Caleb tried, bro. I know he tried. I know that much. And this article only confirmed that he didn't want to play for the Bears. He wanted to play for the Vikings, bro. That's crazy.
I think now that he's in the situation that he is, he's just trying to embrace it. I'm not gonna shit on him for what he's trying to do now, because I see him actually trying to like be a Bear now. But before the draft, all this shit that he's doing, bro, to me that's just like Jordan Love didn't do none of that shit. He was just like, bro, I'm just grateful to be on a team.
Yeah. Well, that's how it used to be. That's how it used to be. People were grateful that they got drafted, that they were picked by a team that somebody wanted them.
I mean, Brett Favre didn't want to be in Atlanta.
I mean, the whole draft process has changed, bro. It didn't matter where you got picked. You didn't even see the field for like the first year or two, bro. You didn't even see the field. First round draft pick, you sat until you was ready. I mean, and now if you're picked in the first round, you are destined to be starting. And if you're not a day one starter, they're calling you a bust.
You know what I'm sick of hearing from fucking Bears fans lately is, well, Caleb didn't have enough help last year. What happened to him going to the greatest situation for a rookie in NFL history? What happened to that?
Yeah. What's up, Mitch?
Yeah, the Bears are just a travesty, bro.
Yeah, I know. Well, as Broski says, the Bears are where quarterbacks go to be aborted. That's what he says, because they do nothing. They take good quarterbacks and turn them into worse quarterbacks.
The funniest thing I saw was a tweet someone posted. It went viral. I'm sure some of you saw it. It said that the Chicago produced a Pope before they produced the 4,000 yard passer.
Bro, that did go viral. That's totally true, bro. That's so true, bro.
Oh my goodness!
Didn't they find out that he's not even a Bears fan? He actually likes the Lions.
He probably does, bro. Probably.
That's sad.
That's Chicago. Oh man!
Could you imagine? In one hand, it's the red pill, and the other hand is the blue pill. Like, so Chicago or Detroit?
Chicago or Detroit? Oh my goodness!
Which
one's Chicago? I'm taking that one over Detroit. Yeah, sorry.
I don't know if look. The Lions have been so bad for so long, but I don't know if I could go through the turmoil of not having a quarterback. That would bother me like to wit's end, bro.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, in the NFL, it's not always this way. Obviously, there's very small percentage examples of teams winning without some top flight quarterback, but the majority of these winning teams have to have some sort of top tier quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, when was the last Super Bowl team that had a media? I mean, Trent Dilfer's the last guy I think of. I mean,
no, Brad Johnson was after Trent.
Yeah, Brad Johnson. You're right. I mean, I can't think of. I mean, that's when they had a great defense. I mean, I haven't seen defenses like that in a while. I mean,
well, it also wasn't fair that they knew the Raiders playbook, every single play, every single motion, every single audible. They knew everything. What's his name? Callahan? Yeah. He's an idiot. That guy's trash.
What's up, A-Dub?
What's good, gentlemen?
What's going on?
Let's go into the one where Packers fans were being idiots on my post. But I'll ask you guys because we could probably actually have a real conversation about it. There was this post that said, who would you rather have on Green Bay right now? Prime Clay Matthews or Prime Jordy Nelson? Now, when I looked into the numbers and I looked into the impact, I'd actually rather have Jordy Nelson right now because I believe we have that number one wide receiver with all these other guys that we have in the wide receiver core. Man, we would destroy teams.
Yeah, no, that would be the difference maker right there.
And so every time someone says Clay Matthews, I get it because rationally and logically, we probably need an edge rusher more so than a wide receiver right now. But if you actually look at the numbers, Clay Matthews' best year, he only had 13.5 sacks. Now, I understand the impact of his inside game, his run stopping. He did a lot of different things. He wasn't like Zadarius Smith where he literally just ran at the quarterback every play. He did a lot more. But Do we really need a guy that plays halftime inside linebacker and halftime outside linebacker? I don't think that fits the mold of this 4-3 right now.
There's my shout out my brother in the chat. He's the one who posted "Go Pack Go." There he
That's him.
is.
Oh, that's him right there.
Gangi.
Oh, what's up, man?
That's how you pronounce that name?
Garage.
Good. Garage. Okay. Garage. Okay.
Eric, how old were you when Clay Matthews was playing?
I think I was 9 or 10.
Damn, balls didn't even drop yet.
So
what's up, Yoli? It's Yoli.
Do you remember watching him?
You remember watching?
Of course, I did. Of course.
2011. Yeah, you was like 11. Yeah, because you were like, holy cow. Yeah, he was young, bro.
He did crazy shit. Remember when he ran into the backfield so fast against Dallas that he ripped the ball from the Tony Romo handed it off, and the second the running back touched the ball, he grabbed it and ripped it out of his hands and ran for a touchdown.
He took it from him.
I think we won like 41-10 that game. Beat the crap out of them.
There's been some good Clay moments. Clay's had some good moments, man.
I think as talented as he was, I think he was more of a spark plug. I'm not saying that he didn't produce. I just think that he was a bigger factor in the momentum and the emotional side of the game than he actually was on the stat sheet.
Yeah, because he had some good big moments, man. He forced some fumbles late. Like I think that in 2018 when the Bears were taking it to task, Rodgers got knocked out in week 1. It was Matthews who sacked Trubisky to end the game. I think we took the ball away from him.
Yep,
I mean, Clay's had some big moments, bro. Clay's had some huge moments for us. Huge moments.
Yeah, and then he drilled Kirk Cousins and forced an interception, and the refs ruined that fucking game.
No, that's when they were like, because he pushed his body on top of him, and that was the cleanest sack I've ever seen. I mean, it was like perfect textbook, bro. Flag. What the fuck? Man.
Yeah, well, my favorite play from Clay Matthews will always be the moment where we saw him snatch the ball away from Adrian Peterson and return him for a touchdown. Like, how many linebackers you see do that?
Yeah, he's done that. He's done that multiple times, though. That's what's crazy.
Yeah, well, one thing, and then the audio came out from the Super Bowl when Clay Matthews was talking to Kevin Green, and he forced that fumble on Mendenhall. That changed. That was such a momentum swinging thing. He's like, yeah, you need to force a fumble. We need a turnover. Yeah.
Well, not just that. If you listen to it too, before the snap, he's literally pointing out where the ball's going. He's pointing at it, and he's going, "It's right there. That's where they're going."
Yeah, he called it. He called the play. Yeah.
Fucking drilled his ass. Ball rips out. We might have lost that Super Bowl if that didn't happen.
Hey, Packer Backer Bob, I got one for you, bud.
What's up, man?
95 Robert Brooks season or 04 Javon Walker season?
Oh, geez, Javon Walker.
I'm
going the 1 year wonders, because both those years were pretty phenomenal when you look back at them.
Robert Brooks had a great year, man.
I thought Robert Brooks was more aesthetically pleasing. He was a lot more fun to watch. Javon Walker was like, God, man.
I mean, they started. I mean, the Lambeau leap. He was like one of the. I mean, he was doing the Lambeau leap on the regular. That's what I loved about it, man.
Javon Walker was brought in to replace Robert Brooks.
Yeah, he was. I got his signature.
The Lambeau leap, wasn't it? Leroy Butler created the Lambeau leap, right?
Yeah, he did it off. But Robert
best
Brooks,
safety of all time in Green Bay.
A lot of Lambeau leaps that year. Bro, they had a 99-yard touchdown. I mean, there's been some. Brooks went 99 yards on that. It was like the longest touchdown on record for a while.
Well, Leroy Butler, best safety. It would have been 42, but 42's name can't even. He's not even worthy of even speaking of his name anymore.
You mean Mr. 40? You mean Mr. 42 years to life?
Yeah, he's a hell of a football player, but Leroy takes the crown after all that.
Does. I love LeBron.
You know what sucks is he was one hell of a fucking safety. Talk about a Hall of Famer, man, and just terrible person.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nick Collins, bro. Man, I love Nick Collins.
Yeah, I love Nick Collins.
He might have been the best safety in Packers history if he didn't go down.
If he didn't get down, he had a shot. I remember that pick six in the Super Bowl. I was screaming with my brother.
I like
My
how
brother was
he
like, Bethune-Cookman. I'm like, Johnny, slow down. You know what I mean? Don't
I
worry
like I
about
like
it.
how he sidestepped dude, juked the other dude, and just jumped through the two dudes that were trying to tackle him for that touchdown. It was just like
Yeah,
it
that
was
was
just
sick.
meant to be.
Yeah.
Then
Sick.
BJ Raji's mom got sick and he quit after he retired the same year. Jermichael Finley broke his spine. He
Oh,
went
talk about
down.
another what if.
Yeah,
I
no,
remember watching him in that.
Sterling
I
Sharp
remember
too.
watching him in that Cardinals game, and me and my brother looked at each other. We were like, "Yo, y'all got one. What? He is him."
Yeah.
Sterling
That was-
Sharp was another big
Oh yeah.
loss.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
He broke
Man,
he broke
next
part of
year.
his neck, didn't he?
Yeah, next singer. Yeah, so, yeah. That's
Ah,
terrible, man.
Frank.
Because he might have
Same
been one
thing
of the
could be
greatest
said for
to ever. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Deb. Go ahead.
Said the same could be said for Jermichael Finley too.
That's
Oh,
what we
yeah.
were saying.
Yeah,
Easily would have been
for
the
real.
best tight end we've ever had.
He was ahead of his time. Imagine him in this era. Oh my,
Yeah.
he would be
Oh,
chopping dudes in this era.
Yeah, he was good. I think this is just me. I think the Nick Collins one is the biggest travesty. It's almost like watching Sean Taylor, get shot to death, like cut down right before he was just about to hit his prime, his peak.
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Yeah, that's
true.
the crazy thing with Sean Taylor too. He wasn't even in his prime yet, and he was
He was
arguably
21.
the best safety in the
Yeah.
league.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
21 years old, man.
Yeah, that was insane.
Nick Collins was 23 when he broke his back.
Yeah.
And then we had we've had a lot of those. Sam Shields.
Sam Shields was a good one.
Yeah, but then he went down, and that never was the same again. I mean, fuck, man.
We've seen some crazy shit on the football. How about dude? 1 or 2 years ago, he died on the field, bro. He had a heart attack right there. Got hit so hard, he died on the field.
Crazy.
And the
Hamlin.
scary thing, the
Hamlin,
scary thing about
Hamlin.
that is we see that happen week in and week out watching football Sundays. Those types of tackles.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
dude.
He just lowered his shoulder and hit him like
And the
we
fact that
see
he was,
those all the time. Every
Yeah,
Sunday we see
yeah.
those types of tackles. That's the
Yeah.
scariest part about it.
yeah, facts. It ain't no joke, man. It's a violent sport. Everybody's like, "Oh, this guy's injury prone." How do you not play a sport that you run into each other at full speed and not be injured at some point?
Because there's
Everybody's injured.
superheroes
Everybody's
for whatever
injured. I
reason.
just don't know how you avoid it.
Dude, I'll never forget Shannon Sharp. He was on the herd, and Colin Coward was like, explain to the average, person at home about a football game, and what's the physicality of it. And Shannon Sharp said, go to your local Home Depot, grab like a little, whatchamacallit. What did he say? He said something to put like as shoulder pads and run into your garage door 60 times.
Yeah,
Tell me how you feel.
exactly, bro.
It's crazy too because you don't really feel it until like I remember when I was playing in high school. You get back to the locker room, and the second you take your shoulder pads off, you're like, "Whoa, where did that come from?" And all of a sudden, you're like, "Ow, how come that hurts?" Like,
That's because the adrenaline of the game, bro. You're flowing adrenaline.
well, there's two types of football
Dopamine,
players.
all that
Rob.
shit, bro.
There's two types of football players. There's the guy that's scared to get hurt, and there's the guy that's out there and he's gonna hurt someone. So like,
Yeah, that's me. That's one of me.
if I didn't sit there and jump around and slam my helmet into my hand and go, I'm gonna hurt someone because I'm not getting hurt today, I would have got hurt, man. That's the reality of it.
Yeah.
And I still got hurt.
you either hit or get hit. That's how it is, bro.
I got hurt a million times in football. Bro,
like some of the best running backs are the guys who run at the guys coming at them. They run them over. They literally run them the fuck over.
Bro, I used to do the kickoffs. I used to do the kickoffs all the time. Those are scary. Talk about scary, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, way more momentum. You're running longer distance.
You're running full speed. You're at full speed when you make contact with
for
somebody.
60 yards. You're whopping someone.
Yeah. And if they're coming at you, same thing. Imagine two guys.
Yeah.
You're fucked.
Yeah, that's why I told I didn't care what everybody said. Everyone could call me, whatever they want to call me at the time. But I was like, hey coach, I don't want to do kickoff returns anymore. I want to do punt returns. Like I'm just it was intense, man. Like trying to run through the tackles, and if you don't see left to right, if you don't see horizontally, completely, laterally, everything, you're gonna get clocked. And that's like all the time.
Yeah, your head's got to be on a swivel. For sure.
But I just played basketball the other day, and I had to lay down because my back went out playing basketball. I had to lay down for a few days. I couldn't move. I'm solely convinced that's because of all those years of football. I started playing football when I was 8 years old, full contact football.
Yeah.
So I'm not joking when I say I'm pretty sure my body's beat up like that because of football.
Yeah. You didn't even play pros.
No,
Hey,
I only played.
I was going to piggyback off your question real quick, Nick, when you said prime Jordy Nelson or prime Clay Matthews. Let
Yeah,
me give you a different variation. If you could take any Packer player all time and place him on this team right
Reggie
now,
White.
I feel like that's too easy of one. Yeah, I feel you.
I mean, if we didn't need
Bro,
pass
I mean,
rushers,
Yeah.
well, we just need a pass rusher, bro. That's it. Reggie White is the key right
I
there.
mean, you could say anybody on the offense. If you could take anybody in Packers history and put them on the offense, who would you put?
Ooh. For one season, Sterling
For
Sharp.
one season?
Sterling Sharp.
Sure, Sterling Sharp for sure.
Yeah, I think Sterling Sharp would be that guy.
I almost want. I'm not. Look.
Nick, if you would have watched more Sterling Sharp games, bro, you'd probably be all into it. I'm telling you, bro, he was ahead of his time.
I remember Sterling Sharp.
Yeah. He
Well,
definitely was.
I remember a little bit of him.
His first 7 seasons, you could put up with any player all time's best 7 season,
Bro,
and it holds.
But
It
hear me
holds.
out. I almost want to say David Bakhtiari. I almost do.
I hear you on that.
yeah,
If
you're
we
right.
if we had a top flight left tackle who was the best in the league for how many years? Like 5 straight years on that left side to replace
Bro,
Rasheed Walker.
But
His
who was
last
that
game is-
center you guys had in the mid 2000s? He was really good.
Frankie Bag of Donuts. No, that was before that. Frank Winters. That was before that.
Are you talking about the guy that played with Toshner and all those guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, he was a good center.
Didn't Spitz play center at one point?
Yeah, but that's not who he's talking about.
It's not Corey Lindsley. He was after that. We had a good offensive line back then, man. We had a real good offensive line. Let me see.
Anyway,
Mike Flanagan. There it is.
Mike Flanagan.
Paul
The
Horning.
GOAT.
That's it. Oh, that's who you said.
Did you say Paul Horning?
No. That's who's Brent. Brent said Paul Horning. He's
Damn, he's going back. Why not Don Hudson at that point?
Yeah, Horning was a good. Yeah, no.
Wow. Looking
Horning
at this 2004 Packers roster, big old Gilbert Brown. How could I forget Gilbert Brown?
The grave digger.
Yeah, man. The old big 350-pound Gilbert Brown.
So,
I mean, was a unit.
If you could take anybody in Packers history on defense not named Reggie White, who would you take? Because that's obvious. I mean,
Aaron Campman for me.
you would take Aaron Campman?
I would say either Charles Woodson or
bring
Woodson
Charles Woodson back.
Hell yeah, Woodson would be badass.
I'd even take a shot on Tramon Williams again or Al Harris.
I was about to say maybe Mike McKenzie.
Mike McKenzie was dope.
Yeah, Mike McKenzie was a good corner. You got middle linebacker. I would have maybe thrown out maybe Nick Barnett and move Edrin Cooper to outside linebacker. Maybe.
Well, Rob's favorite player is AJ Hawk. So
AJ Hawk's a good one. AJ Hawk was a good one for a few years.
he had a good few years.
Yeah, he had a good. He was all over the field. He played.
Like his 6th, 7th year though, he started getting hurt all the time, and then it just
I give Devin Bishop another shot.
Desmond Bishop.
Desmond Bishop.
Eric wants Brady Papinga.
Bryce Pop.
Bryce Pop.
Oh, I got one. You guys are gonna really know my Packer. Sam Congatto. Remember Sam Congatto?
Yeah.
Ryan Grant.
I mean, oh God, he would have 2 amazing games and then he'd be hurt for 3 games.
John Starks.
Amari
He could
Carroll.
play good against the Bears, but that was it.
Amari Carroll.
Oh, Jesus.
Hannibal Navies.
Oh, my God.
Niall Diggs.
Now Diggs is dope.
Niall Diggs. Yeah.
Kabir Bajramiamila.
Now Diggs was a good linebacker, man.
Mike Daniels, if you're going to go that route.
Oh, yeah, Mike Daniels.
Mike Daniels. Yeah, we've had a few. There's been a few.
I did like Aaron Campman a lot.
Yeah,
I know that was a good
Charles
pick.
Woodson, and Jair Alexander. That would be lockups.
Oh,
yeah.
God, man. Oh my God.
Who would you
Where
throw
you
the
throw the ball,
to?
and then even if you want to throw it deep, McKinney down deep. Oh, good luck,
my
bro.
Yo, someone
It would be
tried to tell me.
lockdown secondary. It would be
Locking people up.
Someone tried to tell me the other day that Charles Woodson didn't deserve that defensive player of the year, and I was like, "Are you fucking high, bro?"
What? He had like 4 pick sixes and like 10 interceptions.
Yeah, he had the most picks in the league. He had the most pick sixes in the league. Yeah, I'm sure I can go to his advanced metrics, and they're probably way off the charts, bro.
Right.
Bro, what? Whoever said that is bugging.
Hey, it's the same people that were trying to tell me that Kyle Hamilton was somehow better than Xavier McKinney last year.
Crackheads.
I'm like, bro, I pulled up all the stats. He gave up a lower completion percentage. He gave up a lower passer rating. He gave up less
That's
yards.
good.
He gave up less catches. He had more interceptions. What fucking more could you possibly do?
That's a good one. Ray Nitschke. I'll take that.
Ray Nitschke. The guy with no teeth. Don Beebe.
Don Beebe.
I forgot about little Don Beebe.
Robert Ferguson.
Ooh. He had a couple of decent years.
Bring back the hoodie.
Donald Duke and Driver.
Donald Duke and Driver.
Yeah, I'd take Donald Driver, bro.
Right now.
Did you say bring back the hoodie?
Prime Donald Driver would be number one
James
receiver.
Yeah, put in James Jones. I'll take him too, man.
Hoodie James Jones.
He was solid.
Remember when they told him he couldn't wear a hoodie anymore?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, dude?
He had that one random year. He led the NFL in touchdown catches.
Yeah, he came back for what? That's the year we lost Jordy in the preseason, bro.
Yeah.
Jordy went up in the Pittsburgh game, caught the ball, and came down, and his knee was toast.
To me, this is how great Aaron Rodgers is, though, because James Jones just got cut by the Raiders and the Giants practice squad, and they were both horrendous football teams that year. Comes back to Green Bay, and Rodgers makes him a number one option again.
Yeah. Wearing the hoodie. He made the hoodie famous.
Yo, that was a fun year.
It was. James Jones. There you go. There's another one. What's up, Mike? What's going on, bud?
And nowadays, you're here James Jones on a certain sports show speaking highly of Green Bay nowadays, and he's the one who gave that speech about put up or shut up for Jordan Love.
Yeah.
See, I just don't feel that way. I think people are being dramatically impatient. Like, first of all, I feel like I've already seen enough that Love is definitely going to be here for a long time. I don't like. Is he supposed to fucking come out and be fucking Tom Brady his first year?
No, but James Jones is a Rodgers guy. So if he ain't is doing what Rodgers did, then whatever. Yeah. I don't want to hear it. I'm with you. Go ahead.
The deal is, the thing about him saying that is a matter of the expectations that we have for Jordan Love after his first full season as a starter. Like, he was supposed to be trending upwards, where like he's supposed to advance himself further from that. Like, we were supposed to be building off of his first year where he made that run in the playoffs, and we feel like we might have seen him regress despite being hurt.
Yeah, no, it felt like it. I mean, we got 2 more wins. We lost the last 3. We lost the playoff game. I mean, one and done. I mean, it looked. I mean, to me, I don't think Jordan Love went higher, but I don't think he dropped any either. So I just don't understand how you're not convinced he's still our guy. He's still our quarterback. He's still our QB1. I mean.
Well, the way Jones worded his case is like, we know you're good. We know you have the talent. We know that you're good, but we need you to be great. That's how he worded it.
I'm not even talking about James Jones in that moment. I'm talking about Packers fans that read that or hear that and they go, see, like, I told you guys that Jordan Love needs to do better. Like, that's not necessarily what James Jones is saying. What he's saying is, hey, man, you've already done everything that we can expect you to do. Now, when the moment becomes a big moment, it's time for you to shine in that moment finally. Get over that hump.
Yeah.
That Eagles game, though, I don't fault Jordan Love for that shit. That was that was a rough game for everybody, bro. The defense played pretty decent. God, how did I just forget our running back's name? Josh Jacobs. He was doing pretty good. I actually more so blame the play calling in a lot of those instances. I don't necessarily think that it was just Jordan Love out there being like, "Grr." Like I didn't feel like that.
Yeah, look, man, he's our guy. Until otherwise, I don't understand why people are. I mean, that's just ignorant fans, man. They just want, they expect. I think they're expecting it to be like superstar season every year, and it's not plausible. Yeah,
Jordan Love was top 5 in QBR last season.
Yeah,
bro, he had the fast. There was a lot of things about Jordan Love that went great last year. Honestly, I'm not that guy.
But he was hurt. Let me say it because you're the Packer fan. I'll say it for you. He was hurt. He sustained a pretty significant injury week 1.
Yep.
And it's hard to come back from that. Even if you do, like they said, he was healthy. You don't get healthy from that, bro. Going through sitting 2 games and letting Malik Willis, like that's gonna bother. And then you come back and play the rest of the season. He played hurt all year, and it got progressively worse all year.
I was gonna say that a lot of this is what drives me crazy. Well, can he play? He should if he can play, they need him to play. So then he plays, right? When he wasn't even supposed to come back yet. They pretty much pushed him forward.
Yeah.
He has a bad moment. Oh, what the hell? Get him out of the game. Why is he even playing? Put Malik Willis in. Bro, what?
Yeah. No, look, man, you have to believe in the team. You have to believe in the doctors that they're making the right choice. They're looking at him. They're seeing him. They're the ones taking x-rays. They're the one, if they think he can play, then he can play. I'm not going to question that. I'm not going to sit here and be the guy that says, well, look, yeah, what if he got a whole nother injury? He was perfectly fine, and then he gets hit, and he's got a whole separate injury. That shit, it's a violent sport. That's just what happens.
Yeah.
That's just what happens, bro. That's just it. People get hurt. I mean, you know how many injuries go on that we don't even hear about? Nagging little injuries, bruises, thighs, sprained ankles, jammed fingers, broken, toes. I mean, these all happen. They just take them up, put them back out there. You don't hear about it on the injury report.
Yeah, that first Lions game, I swear I was watching that and I was like, remember before that game happened and we were all in the back chat and we're just like, dude, just play Malik Willis because if we win or lose that Lions game, it doesn't change anything. It was so early in the season. It didn't matter if we won or lost that game. It'd be nice to win it, but we already knew we had a long season ahead of us. So don't force Jordan Love into the game. You forced him into the game. He looked like shit. He fucking clearly was not moving right. Wasn't the next game the Jaguars game where then he started hobbling again and then he laid down on the floor in the third quarter and couldn't get back up?
Yeah.
So
bro, the Lions game, that first one was weather. It was the rain. It was, he shouldn't have been out there. That definitely should not have been out there.
We talk about spoiled and shit like that, bro. Packers fans are the most spoiled fucking fans in the league, I swear.
Yeah, they are.
You guys act like Michael Jordan should be on our team every single fucking year. Get out of here, bro. It's not going to be like that.
Yeah.
Well,
compared to the 1960s playing rules of current NFL rules, it is, bro. You're absolutely right, bro. If it even a little drizzle outside, they're hold it, rain. Fuck.
Well, you could say when you've had 30 years of your life to be spoiled with Hall of Fame QB play, you would expect it every other year in and year out, especially with the next one that came in.
Yeah.
And that's cool. I get it. But Packers fans these days are just taking it way too fucking far, man. Way too far.
Look at John. He's like, if they don't make the playoffs, blow it up.
No, we'll make the playoffs.
No, we're gonna
see, that's the thing that James Jones is talking about, though. Love, we know that you're going to get your team to the playoffs. We know that you and Jacobs will get to the playoffs. What are you going to do this time when you're in the playoffs is the question.
Yeah. Because that's I mean, everybody gets to the playoffs, bro. You get there, you got to get in it. That's your revival for the season. That's your chance to start over, start fresh.
Eric, you're a younger generation Packers fan. What do you think?
About what? Packers fans act or what?
Yeah. You're the new generation comparatively.
I mean, I'm not like those other ones though. Like I know what's real and what's not. Like I can't understand it except what we have going on right now. Like, yeah, I grew up in the Rodgers era, I guess you could say. Brett, kinda, but I seen Rodgers all my life for all those 16 years. And did I hate it when he left? Yeah, but I was ready for Jordan Love, honestly. I still believe in him.
Yeah, I believe in him too. 3
I
quarterbacks,
do.
coached with 3 different head coaches.
That's been my guy since Utah State, so I'm riding with him. I remember my brother hated it, and I was like, "Listen, man, this kid got all the arm talent in the world. This is perfect situation for him. You're doing the same thing you did with Rodgers, with Favre. Don't worry." And now he's the biggest Jordan Love fan, and I wish nothing but best for Jordan Love and the Packers all day, until they play my Panthers. Other than that, I'm always rooting for the Packers.
All right, bro.
Only time you won't catch me rooting for the Packers is if it's Packers Panthers NFC Championship, and seeing as it ain't gonna be no Packers Panthers in the NFC Championship because my Panthers sure as hell ain't gonna be there. Packers could definitely be there, but
Go on, guys.
What's up, Rock?
So you know what's crazy
Go
though,
on,
Nick?
baby.
You know what's crazy?
I'm doing good, man.
I've actually seen Panthers fans give praise to Bryce Young's development last year and his improvement. Now, talk about a guy that looked horrendous his first 2 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine how unfair it would be to just immediately go, you know what, just fucking get rid of him? Like,
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Panther fans out there who don't even think Bryce Young is still good. I mean, and I guess I understand where they're coming from, but there's stats that prove from weeks 9 to 18, he was the most effective passer past 10 yards in the second half of the season. That's a stat.
so I feel like give the guy another shot, man. Like,
Yeah,
he improved last year.
absolutely. I think he deserves another shot. I think he's gonna do well this year. I don't think we'll make the playoffs, but I think he'll make strides forward, and that's what I'm looking forward to. If not, it's gonna be we're gonna have some uncomfortable conversations. I know in the Panther land.
See how
Well,
see how Panthers fans are actually talking about their quarterback. Like, look how unspoiled that sounds. Whereas, could you imagine, bro, if the Panthers had Jordan Love those first 2 years, the way that he played, and Panthers fans are like, you know what, he sucks, just get rid of him.
Oh, I know plenty of Panther fans right now who think if Jordan Love was our quarterback, we'd win our division.
There you go.
We'd win our division if we had Jordan Love as our quarterback. I know a lot of Panther fans who think that. We're gonna have to see. I think Eagles Rock was about to say so. Someone was about to say something.
I'm about to say, I lived down there for 8 years in Myrtle Beach, so I know all about you, Panther fans. I know all about you.
Very fair weather. Very fair weather.
God.
I've called out the fans for it. When we're good, there's hella support. When we stink, there's no support.
Yeah, no
There's
support.
no support at all.
Yep.
I mean, I was down there when you guys were 15-1 in the Cam Newton year when you guys went to the Super Bowl.
It was rocking down there.
Dude, I'm telling you, dude, everybody was a Panther fan. They even looked at me. Hey, Rock, won't you come on over? I said, no, I'm fine. I'm an Eagle till life. You know what I mean? They're like, but they're going to be a shitty team. I said, it doesn't matter. When you're an Eagle, you're an Eagle. If you're a Packer, you're a Packer. If you're a fucking Panther, you're a Panther. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
I would have just told, nah, you'll always be an expansion team.
And then they went down there and they got to the Super Bowl and I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'll throw $20 on it. Maybe that's why I fucked you guys up. I don't know, but I threw $20 on it and fucked you up. I don't know.
Nah. It's because the refs called that Jericho. That Jericho Cotchery caught that pass. I'm gonna stand on that forever.
So let's give context to that ridiculously uneducated, stupid ass shit that Lester just said. Jordan Love had less 300-yard game. Well, he played less games, first of all. Second of all, there's also 2 games he only played half the game. So if you actually look at it, that's 4 games where he either didn't play or only played half the game. Not only that, how many games of those 300-yard passing games did he have 70 yards in the first half because he's a fucking bum? And then the defense, every fucking time we watch him, right? The defense starts playing prevent, starts playing 15 yards off, and then all of a sudden he starts throwing the ball. Crazy.
It's just Bear fans talking. It's just Bear fans talking about shit they don't know. They never had a 4,000-yard quarterback in their fucking existence.
And he still didn't have 4,000 yards.
But that 300-yard passing game, that sounds like a Panther fan right now. Like that matters. Like bro, you let me give you two options. One quarterback throws for 350 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. Option A. Option B throws for 250, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Option B.
Option B,
Option
right?
B.
A lot. So by your logic, what? Because the guy threw for 300 yards, I got to take the guy who threw for 300 yards. That's such a misconstrued number and stat, bro. Like, first off, no one goes a season averaging 300 yards per game. Let's get that out the way.
Yeah.
And then you look at the number of 4,000-yard passers last year. There were only 6 of them. Yeah. 6 quarterbacks that threw for 4,000 yards last year.
So many years.
Well, I don't know about that. If you average 300 yards a game, you'd have 5,100.
Yeah, no, you would have. Yeah, in today's.
That's why he said nobody's averaging 300 yards a game.
Yeah, nobody's averaging that. Yeah.
But
I've seen people going with 5,000 yards before.
Yeah. But he said this last year. He's basically saying if to average 300 yards a game is extremely rare, even in today's.
It is extremely rare, but it's not impossible. That's what I'm trying to say.
Aaron Rodgers, throughout his career, really, really showed me and convinced me that passing yards is the most overrated quarterback stat that there is. Aaron Rodgers used to throw he has the most seasons of 40-plus touchdowns of any career. And he used to throw for what, 4,300 yards a season? He wasn't throwing up huge passing yards.
Yeah.
I mean, Dak Prescott, showed me that.
Right. Jameis Winston had 5,100 yards or whatever the fuck it was that year.
Right. Exactly. I remember that year.
And here's something else you can call out for Rodgers. How often have we seen him have less double-digit interception seasons? Like, how often do we see QBs do that?
Dude, this is something I try to explain to people because I feel like Aaron Rodgers' name and like his legacy is being tarnished by people now, and it's like people don't realize how good he is. I think people really need to go look at the numbers because you look at some of these numbers, they're atrociously sick. 45 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. 48 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. His interception to touchdown ratio is ridiculous.
That's not even telling
you. That ain't a now. He's not like that
anymore. The attempts and how many passes he threw and how many throws away. I mean, everybody's like, he throws away. Yeah, it's because he doesn't throw interceptions. The whole goal is not to give the ball to the other team.
Exactly. You're knocking someone for making the smart football play. That's what we're doing now.
Because he throws it away. Yeah. And then you got I watched the Brett Favre interview just the other day. Brett Favre saying, when I was out there and I'd see all the guys, I would throw it to the guy most covered because I was trying to challenge myself to try to make it to that guy. Because he was more covered.
Well, that's why he leads the NFL in interceptions.
That's why he led in interceptions. Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Yeah, and I guess
I was an idiot for doing that shit.
And I'm guessing another thing Brett Favre was challenging himself to do was be more accurate of a passer when it came to taking those chances.
Well, his logic was, I'll just throw it harder and faster than everybody else. I mean, most wide receivers in Packer that play for him have broken fingers, bro. Have curved fingers. I mean, like Freeman's got like an S-shaped finger. I swear to God, bro, it's been broke so many times.
Yeah, and you know what? As something else I was trying to get off earlier was about if there's something else I'm thinking some fans don't pretty much understand is how long of a learning curve do QBs have in the NFL? And clearly, if you look at any position, the longest learning curve usually goes to the quarterback.
I want to say by 5 years in, you should probably know who your quarterback is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean like 5 starting years, because if you sit for hella years, obviously.
And that's why I'm sure this is out here because, I mean, the Vikings the last 3 years have had a different starting quarterback every year, right, Darren? Different quarterback every year?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying KLC's a bad coach. It just he's got to get some ability.
I think KLC is the best coach in the division, to be honest.
I'm happy I got a decent backup.
I mean, Cousins last year there wasn't that his best career year there under KLC. I mean, that was his best career year.
doesn't matter if he can't do anything in the
I
playoffs.
100% agree, bro. 100% agree with that.
All he cares about is stats and getting
And
that
money.
bag.
And money.
And money.
That dude
Yeah,
don't care about winning football game.
Yeah. Everybody, that's your only question mark right now for you guys is your quarterback situation, and it's very important to have a decent quarterback.
I actually do remember a few years ago, the Vikings fans in the back chat would be blowing Kirk Cousins, and Darren would be sitting there like, "You guys need to fucking calm down," because like, no, the Vikings fans would.
I'm the only one that hated that motherfucker, and everybody hated me because I hated him.
Yeah, the Vikings fans would shit on Darren because he would always be like, you guys are overrating him, man. Like, stop doing that.
Yeah,
I can't stand that cocksucker, dude. and not to mention he's a fucking former Spartan. Fuck, dude.
He got a lot of vendettas on Kirk Cousins.
Oh.
I still think it's crazy. In the last decade, Kirk Cousins has made the most money of any quarterback, of any player.
Yeah.
And he's got right?
His GM is the greatest. I mean, his agent is the greatest agent of all time.
His agent needs his own like area in Canton.
That motherfucker should be in the Agent Hall of Fame.
For real.
We're gonna open a spot up in Canton. Don't worry, bro. They'll open an agent spot in Canton. Don't worry, bro.
I'm telling you, dude, that motherfucker should be the first inductee into the Agent Hall of Fame. No bullshit.
Kevin O'Connell is clearly the QB whisperer in the NFL, bro.
And for him being such a pimp agent, that motherfucker needs a platinum jacket.
I mean, I wouldn't say. I mean, Matt LaFleur's got his. I mean, bro, we got Willis a week before he had to start for Love, and he did all right. I mean, LaFleur's a quarterback whisperer too, in his own right.
Well, he was the quarterback coach when Matty Ice got his only MVP. So
yeah.
Yeah, and
it's
don't
going to be a
forget
fun season, man. I'm looking forward to it, man, because the top 8 teams are from my division and your division. Ain't that fucking crazy?
Yeah, and
the top 8 schedules are from the East and the fucking North. That means everybody in the AFC ain't going to have a schedule as tough as we are, which means the way I've looked at that, whoever we face, we're going to kick their fucking ass.
Yep.
I mean, all you got to do now, all I feel like we got to do is get to the Super Bowl, and I don't feel like anybody in the AFC can contend with anybody in the AFC. Because look at how tough our schedules are going to be.
Yeah,
they're going to be battle tested from week 1 to 17 or 18.
I'm used to having a tough schedule at this point. Green Bay's always near the top of strength of schedule every year.
I mean, so are we. But I'm just saying, man. Look at how tough they are.
The team that's notorious for using the term having a tough schedule is the Bears. That's the Bear fans.
Well, because they use it as an excuse. Everyone else looks at their schedule and goes, "Damn, that's a tough schedule. Watch when we win 11 games, and it'll be more impressive because we had the tough schedule."
When the Bear fans tell me they're going to win 11 games, my instincts automatically kick in, and I start thinking like 5, 6, 4.
11 games?
Yeah.
Hey,
right. There's a lot.
Go in the group. Go in the group. And Paul Merkel.
Are they really going to win double what they won last year off of what they heard?
I mean, I've been looking around at some different talk shows, and they've all, some of them have put the Bears in second place, put the Packers in third. I ain't lying.
Oh my
bro,
God.
that's the delusionalism. I mean, bro, they did it last year.
I'm just saying. Some of them believe in the Bears. Some of them believe.
Hey,
I got the Bears. I'm not gonna lie. I got the Bears as one of my wild cards, but I got the Packers taking the North.
Look at this guy. Here's a big fan. They got the easiest route in the AFC.
Well, here's the thing. How often have we heard the Bears be the winners, be the clear-cut winners in the offseason? Like, that's what they were basing on, how improved that the Bears are in the offseason.
Right. Well, what they're basing it off of, my friend, is that offensive line that they're supposed to have rebuilt. You feel what I'm saying for Caleb Williams this year?
Mm-hmm.
And the Bears were going to win 10 last year, right? Right, Lester? You guys are jokes, man.
That guy's a dumbass.
He's a total dumbass, bro. I swear to God.
300-yard games. How many 300-yard games did Jalen Hurts have last year? And he put belt to ass in the playoffs.
You guys did all that, had the most money out of the entire division, did all that shit last year to only fucking win 5 games. Shut up.
Yeah, and my question is, what? And my question about those 300-yard games, how many of those games did Caleb Williams actually win where he did throw for 300?
He didn't. He didn't win.
He didn't, man. That's just it. Hey! Here's another little tip for you. Your offense was in the bottom 5 of most offensive categories. The bottom 5 across the board, bro, of most categories. Stop. Holy shit, bro.
And then I'm sure they'll blame the O-line for most of that too. Like you gotta remember, Caleb Williams was the most sacked quarterback in the NFL last season.
I was gonna say something like that. You know those memes where that person's riding a bike and shoves a stick in their own spokes, falls, and goes, "Damn bike."
Oh,
that's the Bears, bro. So they watch Caleb Williams hold the ball for 20 seconds, get sacked, and they go, that damn O-line. Like,
and it wasn't even just it wasn't even always the O-line. You did.
I debunked that Caleb Williams more than 300 yards. Yes, he had more 300-yard games. Caleb Williams also only had 8 games such of over 200 yards passing, whereas Jordan Love in 14 games, 12 times he eclipsed over 200 passing yards. So take the more consistent guy, bro. Remember that.
It's
take
a
the
Bear
more
fan.
consistent
They cherry
guy.
pick, bro. They cherry pick. That's what the Bear fans do. They find a stat that looks good for them, and then hey, let me shut up.
I mean, I'm just saying, bro. Like, fucking Rock. Your quarterback doesn't have a shitload of 300-yard games either, but I'll take him over Caleb any fucking day of the week. He's not even close.
And I'm going to tell you something right now. I like Jalen Hurts, and everybody else wants to talk about, he's not this great stat player. The fuck he ain't. If you really look at his game and the way he plays, he ain't a 300-yard player, but he's accurate with his passes. His completion percentage is around 68%. You know what I mean? He makes smart throws. He don't need to make the bomb all the time. I mean, if you watch that Super Bowl, he had to take over that game because they shut down Barkley.
He does what's necessary to win.
And he didn't throw for 300 yards in the Super Bowl either, but he still won the game.
Yep.
What's so funny is these Bear fans are drinking the Kool-Aid. Oh, Ben Johnson's coming over here. So you guys what you're saying, Lester, is you need the Lions to help you guys become relevant.
You mean they got the same guy that, works with the quarterbacks, right? Same guy that was there with Mitch, same guy that was there with Caleb.
But don't forget Ken Dodd was making the argument that coaching matters.
Don't forget Paul Merkel in the group.
And the
Shout
Bears,
out Paul
and the
Merkel.
Bears.
We call his nickname around here.
All right, bro, the time's up. We're about to end the show, man. The show's only an hour, and I don't got that much time to even talk to you about
Take care, fellas.
Great
show.
All right.
Everybody, thank you for coming. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for your opinions.
All right, guys.
Good day.
Talk to y'all tomorrow.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Catch y'all.
Welcome to the Huddle Sports Network on Roku and Fire Stick. This is the first place to find all the latest NFL news, trades, and rumors. If you have a Roku or Fire Stick, access your menu and locate the search bar to perform a channel search. Then simply type in Huddle Sports Network. After completing the search, this logo should appear. Then add to your menu and you're good to go. We cover all your football needs, from breaking news to trades and rumors.
Ken and Ken in the morning, 10 to 11. Wake your mind up, this the sports heaven. Next up is Lines Talk with Jeremy B. 11 to 12, breaking news you see. Then we roll into the Daily Huddle, no doubt. From 12 to 1, hear what it's about. We got the beats, we got the flow. Huddle Sports Network is the place to go. Huddle up, check the vibe, it's lit. NFL news all day, man, that's a hit. Every weekday, we bring the heat. Ken and Ken in the morning, can't take a seat. Huddle up, watch the action unfold with us by your side. It's a sight to